Everyone, welcome to RPG Roulette, the roleplay game where everyone's a GM and the story's in everyone's hands. Thanks for listening in and joining us on this adventure we're about to go on. The way this show works is that there are 4 of us on this show, and at the end of every episode, I am going to roll a die to see who the Dungeon Master or Game Master will be on the next episode. The next Game Master won't have any access to the notes of the previous Game Masters, and they'll have to take the story in a direction that they want it to go based on their experiences as players in the previous episodes. We're going to see where this goes. If you listened to our test runs last summer, I want to say thank you for listening to that, and thanks for coming back to listen to this one now that we're actually getting this thing going. So on the show with us today, I am your host, Keaton Sample, and we've also got some other people. I'll let them introduce themselves now.
Hello, my name is Luke Howard.
Hello, my name is Noah Jones.
Hi, my name's Hunter Wood. I'm a philosophy major. I'm about to be... Oh, shit, wrong thing.
All right, so now we're about to jump into a Dungeons & Dragons campaign that I, Keaton, will be the first DM of this adventure. Without further ado, everyone, let's introduce our characters. I will be playing a elf rogue named Cedric.
And I will be playing a gnome wizard, and his name is Zook Timbers.
I will be playing a dragonborn paladin with the name of Turnix of Dracarys.
That'll be easy to remember.
And last but not least, I'm going to be playing a human druid named Tom.
I should mention, the way it'll work with the GMs switching off every episode and still having a character is that since I'm GMing this time, I'm just going to treat Cedric kind of like an NPC. I'm still going to be playing him while controlling everything else. And then next time, when the GM controls are out of my hands, he will just be my player character. And it'll be the same for everybody. So when they're in charge, they'll just treat their character like it's a NPC. And without further ado, let's get this thing started. Tom, you wake up suddenly in a room that you don't recognize. It's a decently sized, tight, dark, cavernous room. You wake up in a bed, actually, and your memories are a little bit fuzzy. You know your name's Tom, but there's not a lot else that you seem to be able to remember. And in this room with you is another bed with a elf who also seems to have just woken up on it. What do you do?
Hey, man. You what brings you around this?
Who are you?
Tom? Yeah.
Okay,
Tom.
did you bring me here? How did I get here?
Did I bring you here? Now that is a good question.
Great, he's an
No.
idiot. All right, yeah, go ahead and do a perception roll for me.
Perception. Ooh. That'll be a 17.
All right, yeah, so in this room, there are the 2 beds that you both woke up on. They're illuminated by a single torch on a wall to the south of the room. I'm going to be using north, east, west, and south just to be able to visualize a little bit better. Also, I can't see what direction your characters are looking all the time, so I don't know what's to your right and what's to my right. So to the south of
Makes sense.
the room,
Makes sense.
there is a single torch, and on the western side of the room, there is a doorway. No door on the doorway, just kind of like an empty archway.
So, I think I'm gonna head to this door trying to find some grub, my dude. You want to come?
Yeah, okay, man. Let's go. Zook and Kernix. Similarly, you both wake up in a dark room. Waking up on top of beds, your memories are a little bit faded, and you two wake up with each other in this room. What do you do?
What time of day is it?
You can't tell.
Okay, well then Zook just kind of he looks over at the Dragonborn in the bed with him, and he just goes, "Ah!
There's
Good morning.
Who are you?
My name is Zook. Zook Timbers.
You are a little man, Zook.
You're a big man.
My name is Kernix. Kernix of
Kermit?
Dracarys.
Did you say Kermit?
What do I see around here?
okay. You can do a perception roll if you'd like.
I rolled a 4.
You can't see a lot. It's pretty dark in here.
You're in a
You
bed.
are in a bed, and by the way, they are separate beds. You didn't wake up together. You weren't cut
Oh,
off.
okay. Oh, I thought I was under the impression that we were in the same bed, and so that's why Zook freaked out the way he did. But Zook is going to swing his little legs over the edge of the bed and like drop to the floor
All right.
and probably fall down.
Well, yeah, you can do a dexterity roll if you want to.
Oh yeah, that's a 7.
You make it to the ground. You stumble a little bit, but you don't fall all the way down.
Okay.
However, yeah, go ahead and you do a perception roll for me too.
That's an 18.
All right. So similarly, in this room, there is a single torch illuminating it pretty dimly. It's almost going out, but this time it's on the north wall of your room, and on the western side, there's another doorway, the archway that's opening up. Looking around the room with a little bit of a better roll, the floor is quite dusty. The walls are made of like deep cinder blocks, like deep brown cinder blocks, and that's about all you can tell.
Zook asks Kermit, "Is this your home?"
No, I have no idea where I am.
Ah, good. That makes 2 of us. All right, let's go through the door.
Through the door.
All right. So going out of the door, you are immediately reached with a corridor, and it's quite a cramped corridor. It's only about 7 feet tall.
So it's huge.
Yeah. It's huge. It's huge for you. It's gonna
Giant.
be.
So it's tiny. I'm hunched over. This is a really short wall ceiling thing. I don't know.
Yeah. So it's a little bit cramped in here for the Dragonborn, at least. You got a little more room as a gnome. And it goes into a corridor that immediately pivots going straight north. It's also very dimly lit in here. Give me another perception roll for the corridor, will you?
12.
That'll be a 12 as well.
Yeah, that's good enough.
Ooh.
You're not.
We're matching.
Whoa.
It's pretty obvious to see in here.
Well, Zook does have dark vision.
Okay.
As a gnome.
Cool. Yeah, then you can see this quite fine. The walls in here are also this kind of deep bricked cinder block. There are torches illuminating every 10 feet or so down this corridor, and on the kind of embedded in these walls are these little niches with carved out faces, like stone faces, not human fleshy faces.
What sort of faces are they? What sort of races and things do we see?
They kind of alternate. So there's human, gnome, elf, a good mix that seem to be like alternating as they go down.
I don't like this place, Zook. It's a very creepy sort of place. I'm not a fan of this.
Well, McCormick, we seem to be in quite the pickle. Zook's gonna walk over and try to figure out what kind of... Or he's gonna do a history check.
Okay, you're going to have disadvantage on this history check because your memories are quite blurred.
Okay. Well, that was a 19 and a 6, so...
All right, yeah, they don't seem to stand out as any historical figures or anything that you can remember at this moment.
I lumber over and start walking down the corridor. Do I see anything further down the corridor outside of what we've already been explained.
Yeah, you see the end of it where it seems to pivot to the right, to the east.
Zook, should we follow this corridor?
I'll follow you, buddy.
I'm gonna lumber my way towards this turn in the road.
All right, we're going to head back to Tom and Cedric then. So you guys have just walked out of your door, and you see a similar sight, kind of a dark corridor, faces on the walls, torches illuminating. Except this time, you've got a couple of options. You can either go, you've got one straight to your right, going north, where it pivots away, but it also keeps going straight on.
Cedric, my man, which way you want to go, bud?
Man, I don't know. I've got no idea. I don't know where I am. I don't know who you are, and I really don't do good in cramped spaces. I'm just gonna follow your lead right now. You seem to be handling this a lot better than I am.
It's all good. It's all good. I'm gonna go eeny, meeny. We're going that way, and I point at the furthest most right tunnel.
Okay, so the one that kind of goes straight ahead, or the one that goes... Okay.
Yeah, that's straight.
All right. So you head down that corridor, and it's a little bit further down, also pivots north. And going up, you eventually reach a corner where instead of just a face in one of these niches, there's a full-sized statue of a almost gargoyle-seeming man. It's not a man. It's a gargoyle, but it's not like the monster gargoyle that's going to attack you. It's a statue of one in this niche, right as it pivots to your right again, to the east.
Man, that's an ugly statue.
Yeah, it's kind of creeping me out. Can we just keep moving?
Whatever you say, my dude.
Okay, give me a dexterity check.
That's gonna be a 15.
Okay, I guess I should do that too, shouldn't I? That's gonna be a 9. I don't do so well. So as you guys walk past this statue, its eyes illuminate red, and the floor kind of drops out beneath you a couple of feet. You make it to the other side, but Cedric falls down into it and takes 3 bludgeoning damage, which I will do on my character sheet that I prepared for myself, that I don't have pulled up right now. Where did you go? Yeah, so he fell into a pit. He goes, thud. There's nothing down in this pit. It's kind of just a smooth pit, but it's a little too tall for him to jump out of, and he's kind of struggling to get out. He's like, hey, man, shit, ow. Can you help me get out of here, man?
You got it, my dude.
All right, what are you going to do to try to get him out of here?
So, I have an explorer's pack. Doesn't that have a rope in it?
Yeah, it does.
All right, I'm going to toss in my rope.
Okay, give me a perception check.
That's 11.
Okay, that's probably good enough. It's probably going to stand out to you a good bit. When you go to open up your pack, you see something on your wrist that's not normally there. There appears to be kind of a ribbon with these runes around it tied to your wrist that you don't remember wearing that often, but it's there now. You just notice that as you go to get your rope out.
Well, that's neat. They gave me a wristband.
What? Me too. And Cedric notices one.
Did we go to a concert or something?
Man, I don't know. Maybe. Can you just get out? Can you get me out of here already?
Yeah, I love concerts. I throw the rope down.
Okay, he climbs up the rope. We're out of that pit. Going down the corridor a little bit, you reach another pivot where instead of kind of a straight up and down situation you've got going over here, the corridor starts to curve kind of to the northwest a bit, and then it also pivots straight down to the south.
So like one of them's like kind of downhill almost a little?
Yeah, so it's a little more circular. It looks like one might be going into a loop, while the other one is another kind of straight corridor.
Tom starts to walk down the straight corridor.
Right. After you, buddy. And we're going to jump back to the other two. So you guys have just turned a corner in one of these corridors also. What are you doing?
What do I see?
A lot more of the same, actually.
Can I roll another perception check?
Absolutely, you can.
That'll be a fat 8.
That'll be a fat, not a lot that you notice. Yeah, I mean, with an 8, you're seeing more of these faces. You've got a couple more races in here. You've got some gnome faces, even a couple dragonborn faces. It seems to be all sorts of races.
Zook is gonna cast Mage Hand and like sweep it all across the floor as far as he can.
Okay.
30 feet just to check if there are any like traps on the floor.
Okay. So do you have to roll anything with that, or can you?
I mean, it's a cantrip.
Okay, it's a cantrip. I'm cool with it. Yeah. So you.
I mean, it just says a spectral floating hand appears at a point you choose within range. Hand lasts for the duration or until you dismiss it as an action. The hand vanishes if it is ever more than 30 feet away from you.
Okay, so you send it down this corridor, and you can kind of see it sweep away the dust where it goes. And it doesn't seem to do anything.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Interesting. Say, Dragon Man, why don't we continue walking, I guess?
That sounds good to me.
Okay, so you guys walk a little bit further down this corridor until it pivots again. I'm not going to explain it because there's no options. You kind of can just keep walking. It feels like you might be going in a big circle.
Talk about railroading, am I right?
Yeah. Sorry, pals. You're in a maze, so there's going to be a lot of this.
Oh.
And then you do eventually hear a loud rumble as all the walls kind of shake. But that's all that happens with that. And you keep walking until you run into another little gargoyle statue that you notice. It's the first one that you guys have seen.
Is it at the end of the hall? Like, do we walk straight into it, or is it like to the right or left?
Yeah, so it's like you're walking in the hallways pivoting again to the north, and it is in the western wall, kind of looking down the corridor you just came from.
I want to see if I can move it.
Okay, yeah, you can go and try to touch it.
Yeah, I go up and I want to grab it and like shake it.
Okay.
Because I'm very scared of this thing.
Give me a strength check.
That'll be a 13.
That'll be a 13. All right. It does pivot, and when it pivots, you hear a loud kerchlunk, like something mechanical has been triggered in the wall, but you don't see any direct results of that.
Kerchunk.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hunter.
Glad to help.
I wonder what that did. And Zeus gonna roll a perception check on the statue to see if he can figure out what happened.
Okay.
Like if he thinks it was some sort of like plate that shifted, or if it was like a pressure plate, or if it was some sort of like lever or something.
Okay. You don't need to roll that. You can just kind of by looking at it. You saw as he pivoted. So the gargoyle was like standing on a circular pedestal that also moved as he moved it, rather than just the statue. And then you heard the mechanical sound, but you can't see anything in that area that might have changed.
I wonder if we could get on the other side of this wall.
Yes. Can I move to see? Can I move around the statue?
There's not a lot of room behind it, especially for a big dragonborn. You're not going to be able to fit back there.
So, can you get behind this statue?
Well, I can certainly try, but only if you say the magic word.
Please?
That's not it.
What's the magic word, you little man?
What's your mother's name?
I can't remember.
Oh, well, it's Shirley. Surely I can do that. And he goes and he, like, tries to go behind it.
Okay, yeah, with your small size, you're able to, like, squeeze back behind it. But unfortunately, you don't see a lot back here. Like, you can kind of deduce that whatever the mechanism was, it was probably underneath the statue. It didn't trigger anything back here. It's kind of a smooth niche. There doesn't seem that anything opened up back here.
Okay, Zook's gonna like start walking and try to. So what he wants to do is he wants to continue in the maze to see if he can try to go around to where the other side of that wall would be. So like if he can continue down the hallway and maybe turn left and then around.
Okay, so
does that make sense?
It does. Unfortunately, the corridor doesn't shift that way, but as you get to the end of this next corridor, you do have two options. You can keep going straight. So you do end up pivoting right, so back to the east. So you can go either north or even further east. You do have that option.
Well, I think we should always take the path that I want to. So I'm going to go straight.
Okay.
I follow him. I follow this confident gnome.
All right, and we're going to switch back to the other two. So you're heading down this long corridor. You walk actually for a good maybe 10, 20 minutes without anything happening. And then you reach an area that... you reach another one of these gargoyle statues. This time it's embedded in a much thicker niche than before. So before there were kind of these just like standard human-sized niches with a standard human-sized statue in it. This time the niche goes about halfway down the wall, and there are 3 gargoyles standing in each, like standing kind of evenly spaced throughout it.
First, I just really want to say, I hope you actually mapped out this just massive maze, and that we both just keep taking the absolute wrong turns and just take forever to run into each other.
I did map out this whole maze. I'm not going to comment on which turns you're making.
Wonderful. So you said there were like 3 gargoyle statues, right?
There are.
Are they all approximately the same? Is there anything like...
You can give me perception.
I shall. I rolled an 11.
Okay. So what are you doing? Are you just looking at them, or are you going to go up and try to like feel around them?
I'm just kind of looking at them, just kind of observing.
Okay.
From a few feet away.
Well, at first sight, you know that they are all standing in different positions. The one in the center has his hands stretched up kind of to the sky or to the ceiling that's right up above him. The one on the furthermost right side has his arms kind of one up, one down, and the other one has both of his arms just straight down to his side. Cedric's like, man, I don't know if we should mess with these. I don't want to fall in another pit.
You know, I realized something, Cedric.
Yeah, what's that?
They're all doing different things with their arms.
Yeah, real perceptive of you, buddy. I'm just gonna keep walking. And Cedric keeps walking, and do you follow him?
I do follow him.
All right. As you walk past, you notice. I'll use that same perception roll. The kind of ribbon with the runes on this ribbon that's tied around your arm glow red for a second, just kind of a red pulse.
And you said that like my character did notice that.
Your character noticed that. Yeah.
Okay. He Tom looks at it and shrugs, but doesn't say anything.
Okay. Cool. You keep going down this corridor until you reach an area where you can keep going straight, or you can head south.
I'm gonna do that thing like they do, you know, on the TV where they lick their finger and put it up in the air.
Okay.
I'm gonna go south, my dude.
All right, I'm gonna stick with you. At this point, you two both feel that same rumble that they felt earlier, where all the walls kind of shake for a bit, but then no, you don't see any direct. Anything direct from that. When you go south, it's just a little south archway that heads straight into another horizontal cavern going both east and west.
Is there anything like, how big is the cavern that we're in?
All the tunnels are about the same size. They're pretty tight, kind of like I said, about 7 feet tall, about 4 or 5 feet wide. There's not a lot of wiggle room in here. And this next corridor is the same.
So, Cedric, you're Cedric, that's your name, right?
Yeah, that's me.
I'm starting to think we might be lost.
Dude, I'm already lost.
You have any, magic or anything that can, else? I mean, I have some magic, but it's nature magic. I don't know how helpful it'll be down here.
No, I don't know any magic. I've got these knives. But I don't think these knives are going to be very helpful right now.
Well, you know, you never know. If we find like a sandwich or something, we can cut it in half.
You're right. We could do that. Okay, let's get things moving along. We're gonna hop back to Karnix and Zook. So you've been following this straight pathway for a good bit, taking the lefts and rights. There hasn't been many options until you reach. There appears to be the remains of someone on the ground. Skeletal remains, nothing fresh.
I'd like to investigate the body.
All right, go for that. You can do I think investigation is a roll.
It is.
That is a 13.
Okay. So upon inspecting it, you notice that a lot of its clothes even have kind of like withered away over time. There's an old rusty sword kind of gripped in his hand. And with 13, yeah, you see that he has this kind of ribbon tied around its bones that doesn't seem to have withered like the rest of its skulls, that has these runes placed all around it. And as you're inspecting it, you notice that you also have one of those ribbons tied around your wrist.
Does Zook have one?
Yeah, if you look for it. I'm not going to make you roll for that. You see it too. No.
Little man, this skeleton's got a ribbon, just like me.
I might be a fortune teller because I think I can see into your future.
What do you see?
Well, you'll probably die in here, and that ribbon will stay on your arm, and you'll waste away just like the skeleton. I wasn't trying to be mystical. I was just trying to make a joke, and it didn't land.
No, my character has a 10 intelligence, so like, you say something like that, he's gonna believe you.
Zook's intelligence is 16. 16. So.
Okay, give me, Karnix, give me a dexterity roll.
Great old 8 right there.
Hey, so as you're kind of hunched over the skeleton and you're examining this ribbon around its wrist, the hand does grab you, and I want you both to roll initiative for me.
Oh, okay.
It's a 4.
That's a 5.
The skeleton, he's going to get a surprise attack on you too. He's going to pull you down and just kind of slam you into the ground. You just get 1 bludgeoning damage from that as it stands up above you with its sword drawn. Then it makes its first actual attack. And what's your armor class?
I've got a 16.
You're able to roll out of the way of it. Then it's your turn, Kermit.
So I'm gonna draw my battle axe.
Okay.
From my belt, and that's pretty much all I can do right now.
All right then, Zook. So again, this is a tight corridor. The Kernix is between you and the skeleton, but you're little enough you could probably maneuver around him.
Well, the first thing Zook's going to do is cast Mage Hand.
Okay.
Or, I'm sorry, not Mage Hand. Mage Armor. So now his armor class is 15.
Well, that's all you can do in your turn.
That's what my armor class is.
The skeleton's going to attack Kernix again. It's back to him, and that time it's an 11, which shouldn't hit either.
No. All right, so I'm going to swing my battle axe at this skeleton, and that'll be a 13.
Just enough. You hit it.
That'll do it. 13 damage.
All right, you pummel this thing just right in, and it collapses back into a pile of bones.
First kill of the campaign goes to Noah.
Yeah, congrats. You killed a skeleton that was already dead.
First kill of the campaign goes to Kermit the Frog.
I hate the undead.
Is that like a character trait?
I mean, do you like skeletons trying to grab you and pull you to the ground, little man?
I mean, I've encountered worse things.
I'm so sorry for your life, then.
Oh, no, it's been grand.
Tom, back to you and Cedric. Which way did you go down this corridor?
South, I think.
Yeah. Now you gotta choose east or west.
Oh, I gotta choose east or west.
Mm-hmm.
Tom starts walking east.
Okay. So you walk east, and then you do run into something you haven't seen before. It is a very large opening in the southern wall. It's this. It looks like almost the wall's been collapsed a little bit, but you can't see anything past it. It's almost like it's just straight up darkness past it. And then also you can go straight ahead or north.
So you said it kind of looked like it was like collapsed almost?
Yeah, like part of the wall had been collapsed, and then it's like almost like a spacey darkness kind of on the other side of it.
I want to go kind of investigate that more if I can.
Alright, give me a investigation. Or what do you want to do to investigate it?
I want to kind of go over it and kind of like just get like a closer look at it and kind of like maybe like rub my hand around like the base of it.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. So rubbing your hand around like the base of it doesn't do much. It looks like it looks like these bricks have been blown through over here. You do as you get closer. It has a little hum to it.
Hey, you hear that, my dude?
Yeah. I do. I'm gonna. And Cedric kind of puts his hand up to it, and his hand goes through it. It doesn't pull him through, but his hand is able to go through it, and he pulls it out. He's like, dude, this might be a way out, and he runs headfirst straight through it.
Tom sits there and kind of like, he has a very shocked look on his face. Well, I'll be. He just went right through there. Tom shrugs and walks through after him.
All right, you walk through, and you kind of bump into the back of Cedric, and you're in another corridor. He goes, you run into Cedric, and he's like, oh, come on. As you're in another corridor, you've got a path going to your, what would this be, the west, and one going straight south this time.
Well, I reckon I'm going to go straight. You want to come with, my man?
Yeah, I guess. Let's go. As you walk straight south, give me... What's your passive perception? Do you know that?
My passive perception, 10. 10?
Okay, yeah, you don't notice anything. It pivots a couple more times. I'm not going to tell you every time it pivots if there's not like an option. You guys kind of go down this corridor and it twists and turns and twists and turns until you run into another gargoyle statue. This one looks pretty normal. It's just one, looks kind of like the first one you ran into. And it is in so you're pivoting to the north, and it's in the corner of the pivot, looking straight into the corner that you're about to walk through.
Can I do an investigation roll on it and try and detect like any like magic or anything?
Do you have the detect magic spell?
I do not.
Yeah, you could do an arcana check, but that's going to have disadvantage due to your blurred memories.
Sure, I'll try it. Why not? I rolled a 13 on the first one and a 10 on the second.
Okay, so with that, I mean, you basically, all you can do with that is deduce that it's probably magical because of what you've seen from the other ones, but nothing super striking comes out at you.
I'm going to climb on it.
Okay, yeah, so it's about your size. How are you trying to climb on it?
So Tom just kind of like, he squares up with it, and then he just gets a running start and just jumps and lands on the back of it.
All right. So the back of it is against a wall. So you would only be able to basically jump onto the front of it.
That's fine. I'll do that then.
Okay.
I'm about to die.
So you run up into its arms, basically, kind of latch onto it, and then it latches onto you, and kind of body slams you straight into the ground. And roll initiative for me.
Yikes. Oh my gosh, I rolled a 1.
All right, it's going to be Cedric's turn first, and he goes, oh, shoot. And he pulls out his little daggers that he has stored in his belt, and he just runs up and tries to get this thing off of you. That's going to be absolutely a hit. So he kind of goes in and notches his dagger kind of into one of the little slits on this gargoyle, and he's able to throw it off of the top of you, but it doesn't look too damaged from it. Then it's the gargoyle's turn, who's going to attack Cedric. He got a 2. He misses. Cedric's able to kind of dexterously duck under the talons of this gargoyle, and you are kind of laying on the ground in between the two. What do you do?
I'm gonna just get up. I'm gonna use this turn to just get up off the ground.
Okay, and Cedric's going to attack it again, and he misses. And the gargoyle is going to attack you now that you've just stood up in between them. And that's a crit. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, so, with a crit, he bites you, actually. He kind of sinks his teeth into your shoulder. You take 6 piercing damage from that.
Ow, not cool, dude.
And then it's your turn.
So, I have a scimitar, actually, and I'm gonna whip that bad boy on him.
Alright.
Ooh, I rolled a 17.
Yep, go ahead.
I did 9 damage.
After you hit him, the room kind of shakes again like it did before. It's my turn. 4. I don't hit him. He hits me. Another crit. Wonderful. He slashes me back, giving me 5 damage with his claws, and I kind of go flying down the corridor a little bit. Or Cedric does, I should say.
This gargoyle's not playing. He came to get this dub. I'm gonna use poison spray.
All right. Tell me what that does.
So, basically, I can, use it against a creature, and basically, it sprays poison on they have to be within 10 feet, and they take 1d12 poison damage, and then they have to do a dexterity saving roll for the next 2 turns, or they take half of that again.
Okay, go ahead. Give me a disadvantaged history check real quick.
I got an 11.
Okay, I'm gonna be nice here and tell you that gargoyles are immune to poison damage, and you remember that right before you do this.
That's a good thing to know. In that case, I'm not going to do that. I'm just gonna hit with my scimitar again. You know, that worked well the first time. Why change up from a good plan?
All right,
I say.
good.
Yikes! I rolled a 5.
All right, you don't hit it, but it's my turn now. Oh, I do hit it. Yay! It kind of like opens up its mouth and screams a bit at both of us before it charges at you again. I guess it would charge at me. I'm closer to it now. It's gonna try to grab onto me and throw me to the ground again. It got an 8. I'm able to dodge out of the way. Give me a dexterity saving throw though, because you're right behind me.
I got a 10.
Yeah, I'd say that's good enough. You're able to dodge out of the way too. And it's your turn now.
I'm gonna go with my scimitar again. And I got a 16 this time.
You'll hit.
Heck yeah. Did 7 damage.
We're just gonna take a little break from this battle and check on the other two. Because I don't want to let them go too long without doing anything. So, you guys have kind of walked down a corridor. As you have been doing. It's been probably about 45 minutes now. How are you guys holding up?
I'm getting increasingly frustrated at this maze. I'm still walking around with Kermit still has his battle axe in one hand. He pulled off his shield from his back and is just like swinging it around, very frustrated because he hates this tiny space.
Zook is having the time of his life. He's easily distracted by like the promise of information, and to him this is like the ultimate, I guess, test of like knowledge. And so he's just like wandering around and he's loving every second of it.
Alright, give me perception. Either of you.
That will be a 20. Not a nat, but just a 20.
Both hear a little bit of a skirmish. It sounds like someone's fighting on the wall, on the other side of the wall that you're next to.
Like to our right or our left?
That would be to your left.
You said like on the other side of the wall. Does our corridor turn that way?
You do have if you keep going down straight, you do see where it pivots to the left a bit.
I say we follow this. We gotta figure out what this noise is.
He says that, but Zook was already running. And you just hear the pitter patter of.
Okay. Both the times I said left, I meant to say right. Sorry. All right.
Either way.
And you guys go around until you see. So you go to the left, and you can see where you can go south almost immediately. However, there's a gargoyle standing right in that corner too, between you and the southern tunnel. Do you just run?
Zook is very excited, so he does just try to run past
Okay, give me a dexterity saving throw.
16.
Alright, you two, Kernix.
I roll the 7.
Alright, so Zook, you're just pitter-pattering, running down, and you turn this corner extremely quickly, but a wall slams down behind you. In between you and Kernix. Straight ahead of you, you do see a gargoyle that appears to be in combat with these two strangers you haven't seen before. However, a wall has just come down between you and the Dragonborn you've been traveling with. Kernix, what do you do?
I'd like to look around and see what just happened. What's happening around me?
So you guys were going down this corridor trying to find the sound that you heard before, and basically a wall just slammed down right in front of you, in between you and Zook.
Alright, I'd like to go investigate the gargoyle that I just passed.
Okay. It looks pretty similar to the other ones.
I swing my battle axe at this thing. I'm frustrated.
Okay. Give me an attack roll.
That is a 3.
Fortunately, that's such a bad roll, I'm going to say you just miss it entirely, and your axe kind of gets stuck in the ceiling right above you.
Can I yank it out of the ceiling?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, I yank it out. And can I roll a perception on the thing? Like, can I see if there's anything, like, about the gargoyle? Like, does it just, like, look normal? Can I,
That would be investigation.
Yeah, can I investigate?
Yeah, you can do that.
That's 18.
So from looking at the gargoyle, you cannot distinguish anything about it.
Okay. So the wall that fell into place behind me, or like on the other place, what is it made of?
It's kind of like a solid stone wall.
Gotcha. Okay, so I'm not going to try to run through it.
The stone wall will.
Yeah, no, I'm going to turn back and start going back the way that I came, cursing a little bit. Go back the opposite direction from the wall.
Okay, Zook, what do? This wall's just slammed down behind you, and you see a skirmish ahead of you.
Zook turns around for just a second, notices that there's a wall there now, and runs forward into the fray.
All right, wait, what are you doing in the fray? Are you just trying to like get a closer look? Are you trying to battle? What are you trying to do?
Oh, he's just gonna run in and throw a magic missile at the gargoyle.
Okay. Roll initiative for me. I'll let you have this surprise turn, but then I didn't know you're...
Okay. That's a 1 for initiative.
But the gargoyle only wanted a hug.
So that's 11 damage.
All right, so you cast this, so you kind of run in out of seemingly nowhere to these other two, and bolt a magic missile at this gargoyle.
And I will say, in order to cast the spell, Zook pulls out a bright red egg and just holds that in front of him and casts the spell. That's his spellcasting focus. Is a bright red
Wonderful.
egg. Wonderful.
So how big is this? How big is this egg compared to Zook?
Have you ever compared to Zook? I mean, I don't like. It would be the size of his like palm, I guess. Like
Okay.
it would be as if
It's like a
he was holding a
hummingbird egg.
solo cup.
Okay, cool. I didn't know if it was like in your palm size or if you had to hold onto it with like two hands, like it was a little comically big.
Imagine a container of silly putty.
Okay, cool.
But like in a gnome's hand, like it's pretty sizable.
Okay, sounds good. You killed this gargoyle.
Oh
You
yeah!
launch this magic missile into it, and it kind of stuns him in the back as it like turns more statue-like and falls to the ground and kind of cracks on the ground. And Cedric looks up and goes, "Who the heck are you?"
The name's Zook. Who are you?
Cedric,
I'm Tom.
how did you get here?
Ah.
Do you know where we are?
Well, I was walking down a hallway with a large dragon, and then I was
I'm
here.
not-
Sorry, dragonborn. Dragonborn.
Okay.
I mean, I'm assuming all dragons are born. Or I guess they're hatched. Either way, it was a large, scaly person, and I was running rather, and I ran, and then there was a wall, and then I shot a magic missile at the gargoyle, and now I'm talking to you, and you asked me where I was from, and I don't want to disclose that information to you.
So wait, do you know where we are?
That I do not know. I woke up in a room along with the Scale Man, and that's about all I know.
Hey, dude.
Yes.
Do you got any food, my man?
Let me see here. He digs around his satchel. I don't have any food,
Shoot.
but I did just find my best friend. And he pulls out a little chipmunk. It is a live chipmunk. Its name is Pock.
Did you forget he existed?
I did forget he existed until this moment when I just read my characters.
Hey, that works in character too because you lost your memory.
Yes. He pulls it out and he goes, "Oh, Puck! How did I forget you?"
Are we gonna eat him?
No, we're not going to eat him. I mean, we could, technically, but no, we're not going to.
Cedric's like, great, I'm with two idiots now. Yeah, so Kernix, you start to walk away, and another wall slams down right in front of you, this time in the opposite direction.
So am I just trapped between these two walls?
Yeah, you sure are.
Great. I'm gonna... Am I still... Is the gargoyle still with me? Like, in this area?
Yes, it is.
I'm gonna go grab the gargoyle and try to, like, throw it. Like, pick it up and throw it.
Okay, so you go and you try to throw it. Give me a strength check.
That is a 15.
Okay, yeah, you're able to... You get your hands on it, and you do twist it in a similar fashion that you twisted the previous one. This time, when you twist it, you hear a mechanism go off again, except a couple of the bricks in this kind of cinder block corridor retract a little bit, and these little nozzles come out. And they start to just emit this like fog of some sort.
Oh, great. Can I twist the statue further in the direction that I already twisted it? No. Can I twist it back?
Yes.
Cool, I want to twist it back.
Great. Nothing happens.
Okay, can I go... I want to go investigate the nozzles. What's happening with these nozzles?
Okay. They're coming out of these bricks now, and they're emitting a fog.
And my ankles did. Am I? What about? Can I roll a perception check, like to see like what it smells like and like what? Yeah, that's a 8.
You can't tell like what it is or anything with an 8, but you get a slight aroma of lavender.
Of lavender. Okay, I'm gonna grab the nozzles and try to rip them out of the wall.
Okay, you can give me a strength check.
That is a nat 1.
Yeah, you can't do it.
Crap.
With a nat 1, you pull so hard on this thing, and again, this is a pretty tight corridor. Your hands slip off of it, and you kind of slam into the wall behind you, and a nozzle on that wall kind of hits you right in the spine. Go ahead, take 3 bludgeoning damage from that.
Alright, love it. Okay, so in a fit of dragon rage, I'm going to use my breath weapon and just like blow fire, like just into the room.
Okay, you do that. Let's see what happens when you do that. You blow fire into the room. Fortunately, the fog does not ignite from it.
Okay.
You kind of scorch up the walls a bit, and I'll say you kind of like clog up 2 of the nozzles, and it's coming in more slowly now. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
That will be 9.
A 9. Okay. Noted. So, Zook, you guys do see a little bit of this fog kind of rolling out from under that door that slammed down earlier. Or wall that slammed down, sorry.
Is it me or is it getting foggy in here?
I think that something's happening on the other side of this wall.
Tom walks up and knocks on the wall.
Kernix, you can hear the knocking on the wall.
Help me! I'm stuck in here!
Hey, Zook's gonna do an investigation check to see if he can find some sort of like latch or lever or release or something for the wall.
Okay, roll for me.
17.
Okay. So what are you doing to try to find this? Are you just looking? Are you feeling?
He's like looking around on the wall, and he's reaching up as far as he can on the wall, and just kind of like feeling the stones to try to like push against different stones to see if he can...
Okay, yeah, that's what I wanted to know. You do push into one of the stones, and you notice that one of the runes on your ribbon is like permanently glowing green right now. But that's the only effect that happens.
Someone else touch another stone.
Cedric's like, all right, and he goes around and feeling up the wall. Let's see. Yeah, and he goes into another one, kind of further down this wall, and so everyone's actually, all 3 of your first runes ignite green. When Cedric presses the second one ignites green.
All right, someone, you with the you druid.
Yeah, my dude.
Go find a stone to touch.
All right. Tom presses 2 different stones at the same time.
Neither of them go in. You just touch the wall.
He tries again.
Okay. Give me a roll. We'll call it perception.
7.
Yeah, no, you're just touching and nothing's happening.
Zook casts a mage hand and tries to touch some other...
Okay, that's good enough. So, let me clarify on this ribbon.
Let me do it!
On this ribbon, there are 4 runes emblazoned on it, and you do eventually hit another one, and now 3 of them have ignited. However, all 3 have felt up this wall. There's no more stones are going in.
Okay, in that case, Zook is going to cast Magic Mouth.
Excuse me?
So, it says, you implant a message within an object in range. A message that is uttered when triggered condition is met. And what I want to do is I want to cast it to where it comes out on the other side of the wall.
Okay.
And so I'm going to speak into it. I'm just going to say, Kermit, I need you to feel around on the wall until you find a stone that that makes your ribbon glow green.
Alright, so I hear the message, and then I start feeling up the wall.
Alright, give me a Constitution roll.
Constitution, that is a 20.
Alright, you're good. You can do that then.
That is a 19.
Alright, yeah, so you feel around and you eventually find one that presses in, and the gas stops emitting.
If I yell, can they hear me on the other side of the wall?
Oh, you can surely try.
Alright, so I'm gonna yell, "The gas has stopped!"
Yeah, you hear it.
Knock, knock to you too.
How strong are these walls?
There's only one way to find out.
Alright, I am going to run as fast as I can directly into the wall using all of my
Zook
strength.
backs up. Zook, like, is running away from the wall.
Cedric sees the gnome run, is like, and backs up too.
The Dragonborn is screaming, running towards the wall, like with a fist. He's gonna try to like, punch and push the wall away.
Okay, give me a strength check.
That'll be 16.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna say that's good enough. You burst through the wall.
Oh. Ah!
Whoa, okay, buddy.
What's up, my man?
Who are you?
Name's Tom. Tom extends his hand to shake hands.
I very like slowly give him a tight handshake and be like, my name is Kermit of Dracaris. Nice to meet you, Tom. Thank you for helping me get past these freaking walls.
Glad to do it, my man.
Alright, so, you guys just came from that way?
Yes, we did. And I'm Zook, by the way.
Hey, you already introduced yourself.
So, I know a little bit of magic, and I think I'm gonna break it out. This is a little party trick I like to do. And with that, I'm going to use conjure animals.
Okay. Go for it.
So I summon a fey spirit for 1 hour, and they can take the form of any animal. So I'm going to do it in the form of a wolf.
Alright. You do it.
As soon as he does that, Zook jumps on it.
Alright.
Hey buddy, and I go and I pat the wolf on the head. Do you think you can smell us away out of here, or try and find something to get us out?
Well, my nose isn't that good, but I can try.
Oh well, I meant the wolf, but I mean, if you want to try too.
You guys kind of make your way through this winding corridor. I'm not going to do every single intersection again, because otherwise we'd be doing that all day.
All night?
Yeah, and you guys...
It could be nighttime.
So you guys travel for another good, 20, 25 minutes without anything particularly interesting happening. And how y'all doing, just walking through these corridors?
I feel at peace now that I'm not alone and not just... I don't feel as frustrated anymore. I feel a bond growing between these fellows who I feel like I need to protect them.
Okay.
Tom's just Jay chilling.
Zook is having a conversation with Pock that seems to be two-sided, but he's the only one talking.
Okay.
It's in hushed tones, so he's trying not to let anyone else hear. Let's go south!
We go south.
Right. So you go south, and then you run into... you can either go... So it pivots straight north. And to your left is another... It looks like an inner loop of this circle. But straight ahead is another area where it looks like the wall has crumbled down. But this time, instead of a, darkness on the other side of it, or a dark, spacey look, it looks almost bright white on the other side. Like, where the wall has crumbled, where the wall used to be, it looks bright white instead of dark and black.
Can I put my fist that has, the ribbon around it, towards the white light and see what it does?
You can. It doesn't really do anything, though, here.
I'm gonna throw the tom that I'm carrying through the white.
The Tom.
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to throw the
He
Tom.
goes straight through it.
Heck yeah.
Hello?
You've got nothing from the other side. Tom, are you actually asleep, or what?
Would it be? I'm gonna say that woke
That
me up.
probably woke you up. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna get to you later.
I'm gonna make it canon that the wolf followed me.
Okay.
Is Zook still on the wolf?
That's up to Zook.
That's up to Zook.
I think he would
Okay. Cedric's like, whatever, and walks through it.
I guess I don't want to be left behind, so Karnix walks through it as well.
All right. So all of you kind of squint as it's very bright in here. In fact, much brighter than you've been used to with these dark corridors you've been going through. And you can actually see something that you guys only had blurry memories of, and that's the sky. In here, you are in a large circular area It goes straight up for about 60 feet until it reaches the sky. And in here, kind of as you walk through, you see another kind of white, portal-y looking crumbly area on the opposite side, where 3 others walk through. There is a half-orc, another elf, and a dwarf who walk through. Upon inspection of them, they all have these same ribbons around their wrists. And as you all walk into this area, you hear kind of a mechanical device as the walls kind of open up a little bit, and you see lots and lots of people sitting in stands. And you notice that you are in an arena.
Heck yeah.
And that's where I'm ending my session. What you do at this arena is going to be up to one of you, who I'm going to roll for right now. That's going to be Noah Jones, will be the next DM.
Let's go. Okay. Oh, that's exciting. Oh, I have some fun ideas already. Oh, this will be good.